Unless I get off again. Oh man. We are live. Hey everybody. Happy Sunday.
Hello, hello. Happy Sunday to you too, CeCe. You
Yeah,
having a
it's been
great
a rainy
weekend?
one. It's been a rainy day today. But I
It
did get
has
a nap
been.
today.
It has been
Girl,
that.
I enjoy it though.
Yeah,
I love the rain.
that nap was good. I was like, ooh.
Right.
We just
Hey Nikki.
we waiting on the we
Hey
waiting on
Nick.
T-Rex to get in here, and then we'll get this party started. So we're gonna chill
Yeah,
out a
Okay,
little
let
bit
me
until he gets straight.
see
yeah.
what it said. Why y'all? Okay.
How that thing go? Can you stand the rain?
It's a Mac man.
Mm-hmm.
What's
We
up?
up in
What's
here.
up?
Man, you know what it do, man. Business as usual.
Hey,
There we go.
enjoying this weather?
Yeah, man. That's all we can do with this thing, right?
All right. You already know.
So you had a good nap though, you say? I think I heard that.
CeCe says she took a nap.
She look like she napping right now.
Yeah, did she freeze? CC doing the mannequin challenge on y'all. I don't know what she doing. She was typing and then she stopped. But yeah,
Right.
what's going on, man? Like, while we're waiting on the guest to honor T-Rex, plus I'm yeah, CC kicked out the party until she get herself together. We'll take a couple comments real quick, man. So we got a couple Facebook users checking in. Facebook user said, "Hey everyone, what's going on, Facebook
Hey, hey,
user?
hey.
I don't know
Thanks
if you
for
got a
tuning in.
chance. I don't know if you got a chance to go to streamyard.com/Facebook, but if you've done it before, go through and refresh it again so we can see who you are and shout your avatar out. All that good stuff. All right, CC's back in the building. Let's see if she got a little update for us. He's still running into issues, or
Yeah, he said that when it goes to allow Mike, it gets stuck. So he gonna refresh and try to start it again.
yeah, it sounds like he need to restart his PC. But as soon as he get on here, we'll get this thing popping. But everybody doing all right today? I heard y'all exchanging some pleasantries when I got on.
Yeah, everything good on this end. Enjoying this nice little rainy weather.
Well, we're gonna send all the rain to your house, Shan. You
Bring
like
it
it.
on. Bring it on. I love it.
Listen, I can do without it, but I'm okay at the moment, right? Like I don't have to be out in the streets. That's when it bothers me when you get out here
Right.
because folks don't know how to drive in the rain, man.
Come
Or
on.
they don't change their driving because of the rain. They don't know how to drive, period.
Right. They just drive faster.
Yeah, yeah. Like hydroplaning is cool. Another Facebook user on the check-in waved at us. What up, Facebook user? Uh, we appreciate you guys for rocking with us. We're waiting for the before we officially kick this thing off, man. We're waiting for the man of the hour, Mr. T-Rex himself, to get logged in so he can join us. And as soon as he does, we're gonna go ahead and rock. So is it Terrell Simon or Terrell Simon? I didn't get clarification on his last name, CC. Oh, CC started typing. We
Is she
got issue.
she mannequin challenging again or that her typing?
Man, listen, her typing is so powerful. Shut the internet down. You lucky you didn't freeze over there, Shan.
I know, right?
Hey,
I'm normally one that's always freezing up. I'm doing
nah,
good today, so I'm
nah,
excited.
I ain't poking fun at you. I'm just saying, CC got them words that'll shut the world down, right?
She
Uh,
do. Yes, she
you know what I
do.
mean? She got that communication. That's why I rock with her. But yeah,
Exactly.
she'll figure it out in a second. I think she kind of is flipping back and forth between us and trying to communicate with Mr. T-Rex. So she'll get it off in here in a minute. Let's see. Facebook user also said they think it's snow. Hey man, snow is worse. Snow is worse. Listen, I don't play with snow. I don't play with ice. Not none of that. If the puddles get too big, I'm driving around them. I mean, I'm not trying to go through. Hydroplaning is real, and your boy likes to stay grounded on four wheels, not them four wheels spinning around like they dice. I don't like that at all.
Right.
But
That's be the worst too. You
man,
know?
listen.
And that snow get crazy up here, man.
Oh, okay. So it sounds like they checking in from Florida. It said when they driving here in Florida. Yeah, nah, I get it, man. Some of y'all Florida people are up in the A. We see y'all. We see them tags. We see
Okay.
y'all. We see y'all
And the
That's
almost
driving
side,
right.
habits.
almost side swipe us and then drive by with the little orange on the back. We see it. We see it. But no,
And
man,
then
it's
blow the
all
horn at you.
yeah. Yeah. Mad at you. Mad at you for driving the speed limit or something appropriate.
Right.
How dare you do that? But nah, man, it's all love. It's all love.
We
I just
still
wish,
love y'all too.
yeah, I just wish people would slow down and be careful, man, because there's too much crazy stuff go down on the highways these days. And you know what I mean? Nobody likes an accident, man. Not only is it inconvenient, it's expensive.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we always talking about ways to come up, do better things. Part of that is keeping the money that you already got for the important stuff, not for the unnecessary stuff that pops up. But that's what life is. All right. So yeah, man, we just killing time. Anybody got any questions in the chat, man? Check in with us. I see we got a Facebook user. Like I said, if you get a chance, man, go to streamyard.com/Facebook. Enter your credentials in, even if you've already done it. Sometimes Facebook can be a little finicky that way, so you have to go back and kind of refresh it and do it again. But outside of that, man, just want people to check in and let us know how you feeling the Sunday vibe, man. When we come to you guys on Sunday, we bring you guys probably 9 times out of 10, right, a different artist you never heard of before, unless you showed up specifically to support that artist. And if you do, we definitely appreciate you. I know that artist appreciates you. But how y'all feeling, man? Y'all on the panel too. How y'all feeling about the Sunday vibe, man? How does it go? Anything you think your boy can do better over here in this chair? Always let me know, man. I'm always looking for ways to upgrade my status, my appearance, and the way I put it down. And I know y'all are always looking to improve as well, man. So sharing information is definitely key. But how y'all feeling about the Sunday vibe so far, man? When y'all get a chance to hop on here.
I'd be loving it. I'd be excited to get in here, talk to the artists, see their vibes, see what they likes, their dislikes, most of the time. But you don't have too many dislikes, but just their whole flavor of, their album, what I'm saying, they're real chill, being open to just come over here and communicate,
Yeah.
So I love it. I love it. Talking to you guys, getting, that mixed flavor of everybody. So that's a W for me.
Okay. What about you, Nikki? You vibing with us? You keep showing up, and I appreciate you for that.
Yeah, I'm vibing. It's good when you have people who accept others' opinion. They're able to accept constructive criticism and things of
Yeah.
that nature. And it's always good to find out when you have something that somebody else likes. So the vibe is definitely good.
Okay. Hopefully you done picked up some new music for your catalog, for your playlist along the way. Hold on, I see T-Rex right here in the back. Let's see if we can get him up in here.
All right.
T-Rex, can you hear us?
Yeah, I'm having a little technical difficulties.
Okay. But you seem to be on here strong right now, brother. As long as you keep doing what you're doing at this moment, seems like we got you.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So
I'm in Times Square, everybody. Happy Labor Day weekend.
yeah. Happy
Happy
Labor Day
Labor
weekend to
Day.
you too. All right.
Yeah.
So
Yes,
if
sir.
we waiting on anybody else or this us today, CeCe?
Just us. I think Crystal
Okay.
having some issues. couldn't get on. So
No, it's all great. She jumps in the conversation. So, all right, T-Rex, Nikki, Shan, Mac, I'm about to kick you guys to the back. We're going to do the official intro to the show, and then we're going to bring you guys up one by one, for the intro. T-Rex, don't drop off on me, brother. You're going to be last, okay? We're going to bring you up
Okay, no
to
problem.
introduce yourself last, all right? So, all right, let's get this party started, man.
let's go.
We will talk to y'all in a minute. All right.
Hey.
Do I need to do my look away and look back, CeCe? All right, you ready to go? What up? And one more. What up, man? It is Sunday, 8:00. You know how we get down for the IModelBooth the IModelBooth music review. I'm adding the extra words back in there, man. Listen, we got the new background going on, man. I'm extra excited. We got a dope artist in the building, man. CeCe is always bringing us artists just from around the globe, man, that might not be familiar in your particular little section or neighborhood, but we definitely bringing dope people that you might want to ask some stuff in the playlist and get to know them a little bit better. So with that being said, man, let me get CeCe to go big screen and give y'all some words.
Hey everybody, happy Sunday, happy Labor Day weekend, all that good stuff. We have an extra day off, so that's exciting. But I can't wait to talk about this artist. He's a dear friend of mine, and he supports me on a lot of stuff, so I'm glad he got able to come on and support us too. And I can't wait to jump into his music. Let's get it.
There it is. What up, world? It's your boy Theo, IModelBooth, man. Y'all know how we get down. So it's the Sunday joint, right? Y'all know y'all can catch us Wednesday, y'all can catch us Thursday, y'all can catch us Sunday. We go live 3 times a week, whether it's the music trivia, whether it's the podcast, or whether it's today where we're doing the music review. You can always catch us on Where It Begins magazine for the actual broadcast, the YouTube, Where It Begins magazine YouTube for the broadcast. You can also catch us in the Roundtable Music Facebook group where we go live in those 2 platforms each time. Also, man, check out the recast. If you got Roku, rock with us, man. Type IModelBooth TV. I promise you ain't even got to type the whole thing. Type the I, the M, the O, and the D. And if you type any more than that, DM me, man. I'll tell you where you went wrong, but it should pop up and you should be in the place with us, man. We're always trying to bring you guys fresh, innovative, different concepts and content, and we're always looking for people to rock with us. So with that being said, man, I'm excited about the guests we have today, but I'm always appreciative of the panel and the people who show up to actually have these discussions with us. So without further ado, man, let's start to bring them up, man. We got Nikki in the house. What up, Nikki?
Hey, Nikki.
Hey, how y'all doing?
We good, man. Appreciate you for bringing your smiling face in the place today. I'm going to put you big screen so you can give the people a little vibe about Nikki.
Okay, so a little bit about me. I'm heavy on the music, love music. I'm just here to show my support and hopefully, add some tracks to my playlist or, just see what's up with this artist and show my support and give my opinion. And basically, just excited to be here. So
there it is. Tell the people where to find you, Nikki, where to follow you.
Where to follow me?
Yeah, direct the people somewhere so they can support you.
So you can follow me on Facebook at Managed Property.
Okay.
That's my Facebook. My IG is Soul Butterfly.
Okay.
That's with 3 O's, SOOO, Butterfly, BUTTA, fly. And that's pretty much it.
That's what's up. And that is certainly enough, man. She got so much soul. She got extra O's in the Soul Butterfly. So go rock with our girl, Nikki, man. She always come through gracious enough to spend the time. So we like people to shout themselves out and tell, where other people can rock with them, man. If they like your personality, if you got something business-wise going on, let the people know, man. Always shout yourself out because that's what we're about over here. Hey, man, we got the people Shan in the building. What up, Shan?
Hey. Hey, what's up? What's up, crew?
Hey, you already know what to do, Shan. Get to
You
him.
already know. Hey, everybody. Happy Sunday. It is your girl, Shan from the GA, of course. I am the CEO of Savory Bouquets and More. You can follow me also on IG at Savory Bouquets and More. I am your music lover, former bass dancer. And hey, we about to get into this and do this thing.
It is, man. Every Sunday we surely do. Now listen, man, I got my brother from my mother, not another mother, strictly saw this kid grow up, man. He done reached a grown ass man with his own ways, his own vibes, and his own way of doing things. So with that being said, do it now.
Yeah, man. They know what it do, man. It's your boy Mac right here. That's Mac with 8 I's. AMAAAAAAAAC. No, on real talk, real talk though, man. Your boy MAC, man, co-founder of Brainstorm Productions, DUG Entertainment. This is actually a project, man, that kind of touched some people, right? So I'm ready to dig into it. Let's do it.
There it is, man. I think this project is appropriate for a Sunday. And with that being said, man, we got the appropriate man in the building. Got my man T-Rex, man. He's running around the streets of NY right now, Times Square, doing it big. He got lights, cameras, and action going on in his background. But if you got a second to slow down, T-Rex, tell the people a little bit about you, brother.
Hey, man. My name is T-Rex. A little bit. It's so much. It's so much to me. I don't know if I could just say a little bit. I'm from New York. Been in the music business now about 20 years. I started out with my guy Life Jennings about 20 years ago, singing background as a background singer for him. And then I went from singing background for him to on his management team, and from managing and working with him to working with and singing with guys like Neo and like singing background. Mario, worked with Wyclef and Dave Hollister, a bunch of guys I've been traveling with about 20 years now, just singing background. And I just came out with my first full album, The Package, last year. And I'm just out here, promoting the album. Came up with a new genre of music. We call it RNG, which stands for Rhythm and Gospel. And it's just my love of hip hop and gospel and everything mixed in all into one. So that's the quick, brief story about who I am.
There it is. There it is. Hold on. Let me see.
I'm having a little bit of I can't really hear, so I'm putting the phone up to my ear back and.
Okay. No, we get it. We get it, man. Rhythm and gospel, man. Definitely we could tell there's a calling and a higher power driving your music, and definitely the message was throughout it. Let me ask you a question real quick before we jump off into our usual format. What made you decide gospel? Obviously, you mentioned some of the R&B artists that you work with, but what drove you into the gospel direction?
Well, I grew up in church. Church, my grandma, my mom, they brought me to church, and I really didn't like church. Singing was like the only thing that I kind of liked about it. And I grew up kind of like in a strict household where they thought that singing R&B music, they always made me feel like, oh, you're gonna go to hell singing that. So I kind of was like scared to sing R&B music my whole life, even though I loved it, because I grew up, they grew me up. I grew up thinking that it was the wrong thing to do. So I grew up in the church singing, and I ended up meeting like some musicians in the church, but these same musicians that I was singing for in the church were also playing for Mary J. Blige and all these other artists. And that's kind of how I got into the R&B side of it. I got older and I got my own mind, and I was just like, I ain't going to hell to singing R&B. So that's how I kind of got like in the R&B field. But after singing R&B for so long, how I got to gospel, back to my first love, was I just wanted to be true to myself, really. And I really didn't want to sing R&B. But then again, I didn't really want to sing gospel either.
Okay.
So I was like in this war of, am I going to hell for singing R&B, or can I do, just like, why can't I do both? I didn't understand, why I couldn't do both.
Mhm.
And one day I went to my pastor and I said, because I was on the praise team, I was leading the choir, and I was like, Pastor, am I going to hell for singing R&B music? I know you guys see me here in the church, but then I know you guys also see me out on the road with Life and all these other guys. And he was
Mhm.
like, no, I don't think you're going to hell for singing R&B music. He was like, when me and my wife are having our private time, do you think we listening to Jesus climbing up the mountain, the rough side of, He was like, nah, we're listening to Marvin Gaye, we listening to, but, I don't think the church, they were as transparent with us as they should.
Mhm.
And, I didn't even know that they even knew anything about Marvin Gaye. So after we had that conversation, I was like, you know what, I'm going to do both. And I prayed to God, I was like, God, give me something, because I'm in the church, but I'm also not in the church. Like, most of my friends don't even go to church, and I want to be able to, play music for them and for them to accept it as well as the church people. And that's when I came up with R&G, rhythm and gospel. This was like 2014,
Okay.
and that's how I got back, singing
Well,
gospel music. And it's
that's what's
funny
up.
because even I sing gospel, but most of my shows are not even in church. Like, I just went out. I went out with Faith Evans. I went out with Avant. Dave Hollister. I went out with a lot of guys, and I'm doing what I'm doing, but it's kind of like universal. Everybody accepts it. So that's how I
That's
got
dope.
back into gospel from doing the R&B stuff.
That's dope. That's dope. Hey, let's take a couple comments, man. We appreciate you guys. If you're rocking with us on Where It Begins YouTube page, or if you're rocking with us on the Roundtable Music Facebook group, I want to say thank you. If you're catching this recast a little bit later on IModelBooth TV, I want to say thank you as well, man. Appreciate you for rocking with us on the Roku side. Let's take a couple comments before we get into our usual format. So we got a Facebook user that said where to submit. If you're asking specifically where to submit for this show, probably hit up myself, hit up CCATL, hit up Mac, hit us up in the Roundtable Music Facebook group, man. That's the best way to get in contact with us on that. We got Katina. Katina on the check-in said, hey, everyone. Hey, what up, Katina? Appreciate you for rocking with us. She also said, Terrell, T-Rex. Now, is it Simon? I don't know if you can hear us,
Yeah,
T-Rex.
Simon. Terrell T-Rex
Okay.
Simon.
All right. I don't want to butcher the name.
So my name is Terrell Simon. That's my name.
Okay.
And,
Okay.
like, one day, man, he was like, I was 21. I was a little kind of corny. He was like, bro, you the only one that don't got a nickname.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yeah, I'm Terrell. He's like, nah, bro, you need a nickname. He said, we're going to call you T-Rex. So I didn't name myself T-Rex. Life Jennings gave me that name, and I've been running with it since.
That's dope. That's dope. Nika on the check-in said, hey, everyone. What up, Nika?
Hey.
And Facebook user said, hey, y'all. And also another Facebook user possibly said, no. Hey, Facebook user, one more time, StreamYard.com/Facebook. Put your credentials in there so we can see. I think Facebook user was saying no when Terrell was answering the question, can you sing, are you going to hell for singing R&B music, even though you deep off in the church? And I'm glad the brother brought that up, right? We always think that you can't be, part of the church and still, act like the people outside of the church. Just give you my personal opinion that God put on me. As long as you're doing the right thing, man, there's a lot of area that people are going to tell you you may not, you shouldn't be there. But if your heart puts you there and you're there for a good purpose, man, then it's probably not wrong. People know when they're doing wrong, man. So with that being said, man, let's kick off the official categories, right? We always like to go into the artwork. We like to talk about how visually the artwork hits your eyes before you even get a chance to listen to it. We tend to dig into the artwork first. So let me see if I can get us on the screen here, and we're just going to show actually the artwork and the discography for it. So we'll reference this a couple times. So here's the artwork we had, right? We got Terrell T-Rex Simon on the looks like the mail truck. This is apparently the anniversary edition. We'll get him to speak on that a little bit. And obviously, it's called the package. About 10 cuts, and then there were some additional remixes on here. So let's get into the artwork, man. When you guys got a chance to dig in and take a look at the artwork, what was some of the thoughts or vibes or impressions that you guys got off of the artwork from it?
For me, when I looked at that artwork, it looked like he about to deliver his tape. I mean, his CDs. He delivering the package. He about to deliver his project to you. That's what I took off of the cover work.
Okay, definitely.
It's
I feel
letting
that
him know
delivery.
he's on the way. He's on the
Okay.
way. He's delivering his package. The package is here. So
Okay. Okay. What about the rest of you guys? What did you guys think about the artwork on this?
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. It's showing, definitely delivering. He's about to, he's about to bring something. He's definitely about to deliver something to you. You're gonna receive something out of what it is that he's about to bring to the table. And I think the representation of the mailman, exactly that. Is delivering something and bringing something to you that's going to be personal to you.
Okay. Okay.
mhm.
Okay, and I'll add to that on the delivery concept, and I'll say also maybe delivering something unexpected because the box is blank. So yeah, that's what I got from it.
Okay. Okay. What
Yeah.
about you, Mac?
I'm gonna say this, man. Uh, when we talking about authentic artwork, uh, man, I'm looking at he got the delivery truck. This dude got the package. Plus, he hanging off the side of it with that thing, man. That's somebody that really wants you to receive what they bringing you, man. Like, I would love for somebody to bring that motivation to me at my house
Okay.
when they bringing me a package.
Okay. So you calling out Amazon, FedEx, UPS? They need to step their game up and bring a little energy plus a little spirit to your crib.
They all need to be on notice, bro.
Okay, I feel it. I feel it. Me personally, man, same thing, right? I think the artwork on this was straight to the point, in my opinion, right? Obviously he's got the T-Rex in a different font. I like the blue that's going on. I love some blue. He's got the blue themed outfit on, matching up with the blue stripe in the truck. He hanging off the side of that. So I definitely get the purpose that he's delivering a package. Also get the impression that he a little hood with it. He's sitting there with his Timbs hanging off the side of a mail truck, with some ripped up jeans on. So you got to feel the hood vibe that I think went along with that. But let's get Terrell. Terrell, if you don't mind, I'm gonna take you back off mute. Let us know what was the vibe you were going with. What was the message behind the artwork?
Well, man, I think that for a long time in the music business, I told y'all like 20 years I've been singing background for Neo, like a bunch of these guys. And I had did an album called The Package when I was years and years and years ago, and it never came out. And I just felt like everybody was waiting on it, and I needed to show that something great was on the way. And to me, the package, it means like the album is not only is God the full package, I think he's everything. He's the package himself.
Okay.
But I felt like overall the album was a great package. Like I kind of like touched on a little bit of everything, and I wanted to make it so that you could just play the album all the way through. And it really was. It's a special delivery. I felt like people have been waiting for a long time to hear me as an artist by myself, from singing in the business all these years. And I wanted people to feel like they was getting something special. And I thought that me being a mailman on a truck looking like I was delivering to myself, was something personal that I could relate in the picture to everyone. So
Okay.
yeah,
I
the
think
package.
yeah, I think that vibe came through. But let me ask, we got anniversary edition on there. What's the meaning behind that?
Well, the album was out for a year, so I just did a year anniversary here in New York with Graph. We did a concert called The Best of Hip Hop and R&G. Graph, the rapper. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him. I have been putting out music, a few years before this album, but I'm kind of just like getting recognized now. This album I got nominated for 4 Stellar Awards this year, and I don't know if guys know what the Stellars are, but it's like the Gospel Grammy.
Yeah.
And so I'm kind of getting a lot of recognition now, and a lot of people really only know me for this album. So for the anniversary edition, I put a few older songs that I put out before the album came out, 2015, 2016, 17, just so that people could hear, some of the older stuff that were just finding out who I am, because, like this record went on the radio and it kind of made me more commercial, and a lot of people were just finding out about me. So the anniversary edition was just like, okay, y'all got this album, but since y'all just finding out who I am, here's a couple of the older records that you guys might not have heard that I put out before.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. That's dope. That's dope. Congrats on the Stellar Awards as well, man. That's big.
Yeah, man, I was
Correct.
shocked. Like I put the album out myself. I'm no record deal, an indie artist, and
Yeah.
nominated for 4 Stellars is kind of like
That's
unheard
big.
of.
Yeah. That's big. That's
I
big.
just put it out on
Keep
TuneCore. I didn't, for it to make it all the way to the Stellar Awards was crazy for me.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
Means you're moving in the right direction, man. Let's break off into our next category, man. Best song. We like to start to get into the meat and potatoes of this whole thing, right? So, best song. What's the song, right? So, let me bring the discography back up one more time, right? So, he hit us with again. We didn't really go into the bonus work for this. I recommend you guys go take a listen to it because it's definitely some fire on those 4 bonus tracks that he has laid out on there, but we're just sticking through the 1 through 10, right? Not the remixes. So there was 10 tracks of
The other records are older records that I was experimenting with,
okay.
might hit or miss or whatever. But I still wanted people to kind of hear where I started, where I came from, and then hear the album as well.
No, I got you. I think two of them should have been in the official. They were that dope. But let's go into the best song, man. Best song breaking down out of the 10. I just want to quantify where we're going with it. So best song based out of the 10 that we actually reviewed for this particular panel. Whoever wants to start this off, man, let me know. What did you think was the best song when you heard it? What hit your ears? What song did you go back to? What song were you singing after it went off? What did you quantify and put into the best song?
This album here definitely had some heat, man. And it was really, really hard. And that's what I was thinking about as I was going through the album. Like, which one of these would I really, really pinpoint as my favorite? And it was really, really hard to choose. So I guess down to the nitty gritty of it, for me, it would either be between I Am and Never Alone as my top 2. I
Okay.
just couldn't break the tie between those.
Okay. So I Am and Never Alone. Okay. What about the rest of you guys? What's the best song?
Go ahead, Nikki.
Okay, for me, I chose The Storm.
Okay.
I felt that one. It's very personal. It sounds personal to me, so it struck me as the best out of the 10 that I listened to.
Okay. Okay. What you got on it, Mac?
I'm gonna say this, man. I'm gonna go with Jesus Goes, right? He had some dope features on that thing, man. Nice flow. I'm all about flow, man. I'm all about bars. And even though this is like Christian music, right? He's still
Mm-hmm.
hitting you with I want to walk like Jesus walked. want to talk like Jesus talk, want to
Mhm.
forgive like Jesus do. And those things are tough, man. And I think all of us that got that spirit inside of them, right, is something that you want to do, man. So I thought that track was dope.
Feel you. I feel you. What you got on it, CC?
I had a couple of them, but I'm gonna say the storm and above water
Okay.
was my
Above water.
favorite too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I can feel that. Before we get Terrell to weigh in, even though we already know artists don't always pin down what's the best song, right? They usually love all their kids because it's a labor of love. Let me we're gonna get into, I think Above Water was what I put in the best song, but I kind of went back and forth on a couple of them. And we'll get into that in a minute. But first, let's check out a cut of Above Water.
I was thinking I was going down. You rescued me, you didn't let me drown. You got my head above water, put me up on your shoulders. You got my head above water, and now I'm safe in your arms. Through the storm and through the rain, I still heard you calling, saying don't give up, hold on. And though there were weapons formed against me, designed to take my life, they didn't prosper. No, they didn't prosper, 'cause you kept my head above water. You kept me from going under, just when I was running out of air to breathe. You breathe.
We're gonna pull it back. We're gonna pull it back. Let me tell y'all why I chose Above Water, man. I think first of all, let me say this. I love the hip hop element. Y'all know I'm gonna choose that probably over R&B any day, but that's just kind of dude that I am. But I love the fact that somebody can go back and not be afraid to put out something a little more traditional sounding. So I love the fact, I love this voice on that. Above Water was who do we have on that one? It was featuring T Soul. And I thought T Soul's voice was cool on that as well. Let's get T Rex back in here. And I thought T Soul's voice was good on that as well. So when I started listening to the project, I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I wasn't expecting a faith-based project, right? Especially I ended up clicking on something else. I think it was the Letter to Mary J. Blige or whatever that song was actually the first thing that loaded for me. So when I actually got into the catalog itself, it was a little bit different. I felt the hip hop vibe, but when that one came back on, I found myself playing that one a couple times, especially a couple times today more on top of that because it was Sunday and I thought it was very fitting. So I love the fact that it had more of a traditional sense to it. I love the hip hop angle. Definitely keep doing more of that. But that traditional side kind of brought me in on that song. But T-Rex, let me ask you, what song out of your 10 that you submitted, what song gets more love or people are usually going to say is the best song out of that?
I usually get The Storm. I don't know if you guys know, but that song went to #1 on the gospel charts.
Okay.
Last summer I got my first #1 plaque. And I'm not saying it's the best song because it went #1. I just I think we needed to hear that. I think it was COVID. I put my album out in the middle of COVID when everybody was telling me, "Oh, you don't put no album out during COVID. You're not gonna be able to get out promoted."
Yeah.
But I was just like, man, I hear God telling me that people need to hear this right now. Their storm is a ministry. And I guess, just across the table, people felt like their storm was their ministry,
Okay.
and just real personal for me. So that's the record that a lot of people love. But I hear people tell me they love the whole thing. I think The Storm is a lot of people's favorites. but people tell me we love the whole album.
Well, that's what's up. I definitely can see how people love the storm. And I think what you're saying resonates here with our panel too, right? It seems like everybody pretty much chose something different. So everybody had something different that they took away, really vibing with from the project. So that's always a dope thing in and out of itself when you can have different people love different aspects of it. You know, it's all moving in the right direction. But yeah, now that's dope, man. Best song was all over the place, but I love it. Let's get into the radio song, man. This one was a little more difficult for me just because, of the genre of the music. And honestly, we don't get enough of that, right, on regular airplay. So pinning down the radio song for me was a little bit tough, but I'm curious to know, what did you guys come up with for your radio song? Go ahead, Max. Start us off this time.
So for me, man, I'm gonna go with Shine, man. Just because of the aspect of you can be spiritual, right, and still shine. Like that thing had a nice little tempo to it, man. Nice little harmony. You can still, you could bring the struggle element that a lot of people go through, but at the same time, you can see that light at the end of the tunnel. Okay. So that one touched me as well, man. And I can see that on the radio, if that's the type of music we listening to.
I feel it. Fit in with the Sunday or the all day gospel lineup. I feel it. What CeCe, let us know. We're gonna go in a different order this time. CeCe, what did you end up?
Y'all know I always got two for some reason, but I switched up my two best songs, but one of them still stuck in there. So I went with The Storm and I Am. Those was my two for radio play.
Okay. What about you, Nikki? What did you end up putting in your category for radio song? What do you want to hear, or what do you think should be on?
I think Reap What You Sow.
Okay.
That's my radio song. And I chose that song because after listening to every song above that, this came off to me as more versatile. I can tell that it spoke to you as a human being, not necessarily from a religious standpoint. So okay. I can hear this on a gospel station, or I can hear this, along with urban music at the same time, and it's not necessarily pushing religion, Okay. So that's why I feel it's a good radio song for multiple stations.
Okay, I can respect that. I respect that. What about you, Shan? What are you putting down for the radio song? If Shan had her way.
If I had my way, yes, I Am was definitely my choice for the radio pick. I was just in the moment of feeling it, I could truly, I was feeling it, you know what I'm saying? Even from a spiritual standpoint, I had just got out of church today, I started listening to the tracks, and that there, I was like, oh yeah, it just took me right back into the church.
Okay. Yeah, you made it out the door, hopped in the whip, turned this on, and you circled back to the parking lot. I feel you.
Definitely.
So radio song for me, I'm gonna go in a different direction for you guys. And the reason why is I think something a little more urban. I tend to think of when I think of radio play, right? It's really hard to get traditional sounding music in that radio space. So I'm going to get into my answer a little bit like this.
Came from the hood, treated like Jesus, this misunderstood. Covered with blood, all in the mud. Baby, I give her, I flood her with love. Put on my hoodie, they think I'm a thug. Giving my all, and that's what to my mama. My heart is so pure like the Father. Bless him today, we not promise tomorrow. I love him, my bro, when he broken. I pray when he drinking and smoking. Always be dating, he thinking I'm joking. I'm just at the closet, I'm in motion. No, I ain't stopping, don't hear me knocking. I'm alive and I'm rocking. I do what I do when it's shocking. For Jesus, I'm flooding the market. Every day wanna stay in this light. I wanna walk by faith, not by sight. Wanna live by the power of his mind. wanna love like Jesus, wanna be like Jesus. I wanna walk like Jesus walked through. I wanna talk like Jesus talked. Oh, wanna forgive like he forgave. Gonna love him, gonna serve him till my dying day. Cause when I was just a sinner, Jesus died for me. And now I'm a winner cause he set me free. Kept me on earth so I can speak his word and I can help somebody. I got Jesus goes. Wanna be where Jesus goes. I wanna be with him. I wanna be like him. I wanna know him. I wanna know him. I got Jesus goes. Jesus goes.
So the reason why I slid that into my radio play song is because I actually feel like just like that. I feel like this could slide into your radio play and you maybe not even notice it. You know how we do half the time, right? We just riding around, grooving to something, halfway paying attention to the words. The words were very powerful through there. The rap, the singing, the chorus, the whole nine. But the vibe and the tempo of the song, I thought, matched up a little bit better for radio play if you're trying to slide it in there on the person that didn't particularly go to listen to that type of music, if you get what I'm saying. So, but with that being said, hey, Terrell, let us know, man. I think you dropped a little bit earlier, but what off of this has gotten radio play? What will get radio play for you out of this for the radio song category? Oh, I'm sorry. You on
Worked
mute,
with
brother.
Sony and I worked with Universal Records, Pendulum Records. Rest in peace, Ruben Rodriguez. I worked with a lot of radio guys that were responsible for getting a lot of number one hits. And you know, radio is a budget. You got to have money, basically. You know, I don't think a lot of artists know. You know, they say, "Oh, you know what? I got this hit. I'm in the radio going just play it." Like it's so much politics with radio. You know, so first, before you think about anybody playing it, anything, you better have some money.
Yeah, you gotta have a bag.
Because they ain't playing. I don't care if you know the DJ there or you best friends with the DJ. Like it's a chain of command that goes down with getting your song on the radio. So because I'm indie and I don't have the radio budget that a lot of these labels have, I was only able to send one song to radio. Okay. And if I'm gonna put out a song, I'm gonna do it right. I'm gonna make sure I got the money to market it. I'm gonna make sure that it goes to radio, and I'm gonna make sure I can make it do what it do. So The Storm is actually the record that I sent to radio, and The Storm ended up becoming number one on the gospel chart. So that's the song that I was able. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go for another record. But being indie, and you're paying for your own radio time and paying for everything, it takes a little while for the record to climb up the chart.
Yeah.
So it took me about really 6, 7, 8 months to get the record, to where number one. And then about 8, 9, 10 months, the album had been out, and it was a decision I had to make of, do I send another song to radio, or has this album been out a year now? Is it time for me to give new music? And I decided to work on another project that I'm getting ready to put out soon. I thought after a year, a year, people had heard it. I didn't feel it made sense for me to badger this album anymore with putting money towards another single. So that's the only record that I sent the radio, and that's the only record The Storm went number one, and that was the only record that pretty much got on the radio.
What's up? That's what's up. Okay. Hey guys, we don't have a cut of The Storm to play for you guys today. Definitely a hot record in and out of itself. So we encourage people go follow the artist, right? Go follow Terrell, and add that to your playlist. Check it out, man. Give us some feedback. Come back to the Facebook group. Hit us on the YouTube. Give us some feedback, man. Let us know how you guys are vibing with the storm, because it's definitely a dope cut. It probably should have made our top 4, but didn't necessarily make it for this edition. But yeah, no, I definitely can see why that was a radio song. Now,
And the
this
storm,
one,
it went to gospel radio. The storm is a bit more traditional gospel of what I'm known for. I'm really known for like the hip hop hood gospel records. The storm was like one of the first traditional kind of gospel records that people kind of heard me on. And I think gospel radio just love to hear that, that I could come from a traditional kind of churchy kind of, still had like, a little hip hop flavor to it, the way I was, the way I flowed on the verses and stuff. But gospel radio, just, they love the record, man.
Yeah, no, I can see that. I can definitely see that. Hey guys, let's dip off into the vibe, right? We like to talk about the vibe when you when you go into a project, checking it out, digesting it with your ears, normal vibes, comparisons, what have you, kind of come out of it. So we're gonna kind of combine the artist comparisons and vibe this week. So, you can take it in either direction. What was the vibe that you got from the project, or who did it kind of remind you of someone else's vibe when you guys were listening to it? What about you, Shan? What kind of vibe you came off of it? I know you're already strong on the vibe sense.
Definitely. This here, with this particular project, I guess, as far as from the vibe standpoint, you definitely got the hood portion of it, listen to it. You got the, your straight R&B, of course, and so it became a little bit kind of conflicted. Like, say you got, your church music and your R&B kind of mix, and, you had to kind of wheel yourself back in and realize, like, oh, wait a minute, it's church music, it ain't that R&B like, so, that's what really, really kind of caught me, but then you had those songs that just really, really, even though it was, like I said, that R&B hood, it just straight took you to church, you know what I'm saying? It just took you right back to just, being able to just feel the word of what he was saying, just like in, what was it, Let It Go and Never Alone, those two songs for me at the end, I was like, oh, wait a minute, we're going right back to church, so yeah, so that was the vibe for me, definitely.
Okay. So you over there popping it for Jesus. I hear you. What about the rest of you guys? What kind of vibe did you guys get out of the project?
Definitely for me, gospel and a little R&B with it. But it got me in the spirit, So that was my vibe on it.
Okay. What about you, Mac? What you got?
No, I'm gonna say this right here, man, about this project, right? So it's a lot of teaching moments, right? It's a lot of lessons to be learned in this project, man. Is this something that I'm gonna hop in the whip and go down the street with, bumping it? Maybe not. But is it something that you want to clear your head, man, and get that good music in at the same time, man, and learn something and listen to something and still be able to bump with yourself? I think so, man. So you know what I'm saying? I think this is one of those projects.
I feel it. For me, matter of fact, I think somebody hold on, Nikki went away in here. Go ahead, Nikki. I think she was about to tap in real quick before I get in here.
Yeah, just really quick. Nice positive vibe from the music. Definitely vulnerable and motivating at the same time.
Okay.
So yeah.
I can feel that. I think somebody took my my words right from the comments. So let's just pull it up, man. Katina said, RNG vibes. You know what, Katina, you are 100% right. After he said that at the beginning, that was what I definitely was thinking moving forward that I was going to use for the vibes, right? Because I was trying to find a good way to capture that phrase, right? So I put down gospel and hood is what I put, but I like that version better, right? I like the RNG vibes. Also, another Facebook user gave the fire emojis, man, when we were playing that last little cut of the song. So definitely, Terrell T Rex got some fire going down in here, man. But let me ask you, Terrell, if you can hear us right now, let me know what are some of your. I'm gonna take yours in a different side, right? Instead of the vibe, I want to know what are some of the influences or artist comparisons that you get. Uh, oh,
Dave Hollister.
okay,
Uh,
Dave House.
I've been trying to sing like Dave, and actually, I got a chance to be his background singer. And last year, I got a chance to go out with him as an opening act. But a lot of people tell me Dave Hollister.
Okay,
We
I can see
both come
that.
from Philly. We both kind of have kind of like the same accents. But like, I'm a big fan of a lot of people: Mary J. Blige, Whitney Houston, Karen Clark. So I mean, honestly, I don't really get a lot of comparisons. People kind of probably just, most people tell me like, Rex, I don't really know who to say you sound like. You sound like yourself.
Sound like you. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that, man. Nothing wrong with being in your own lane. So definitely salute to you for that. We're gonna do two more categories, right? Then we're gonna get into our little Q&A session that we usually do when we wrap up. But when you were going through, right, there was some traditional, there was some street, right, and there was a lot of intersections that came in between. So part of what I heard was auto tune, and y'all know I like to address the auto tune. CeCe got her freaky music. I got my auto tune, right? So let's talk about it, man. Auto tune for Jesus. How was auto tune used in the way that was delivering the message, right? Because his message was all about Jesus. It was all about love. It was all about God, right? It was a lot of positiveness, even while he was pouring out his pain and his struggle. It was a lot of motivation behind that. So part of his delivery method was to utilize some auto tune for Jesus in this sense. So tap in with me, man. What did you guys think about the auto tune usage? It was real heavy. I'm trying to remember, was it Jesus Goes had some on there that was real heavy, and then it was one other cut, and then I think maybe one or two more cuts had some that weren't as heavy, but I might be lying about the fourth, but I think at least three songs did have it on there. So what did you guys feel about the auto tune usage on this? Too much, too little? You wanted to hear more? You wanted to hear some of the features use auto tune more? What are you guys thinking on here in this section we call it auto tune for Jesus?
Well, for me, I'm not a big auto tune person, and
Okay.
because I've actually heard T Rex sing a couple of times, he don't need it. He doesn't
Okay.
need auto tune because he actually can sing live.
Yep.
I've been to it where he, definitely sung and then whatever. But on the project, it was a balance. It wasn't too much for me, so I was able to rock with it. But I'm not a big auto tune person because when I know a person can sing and can do it without it. But for me, it wasn't bad for it. But I think that he should have done more of him because I know that he could sing in person.
Gotcha. Okay. So you rocking with it. You rocking with it, sound like, but you prefer to hear the raw skills. So that's
Yeah.
yeah, now definitely understandable. What about the rest of you guys? What do you guys think about the auto tune usage on this project?
Yeah, I was trying to think of the song you was talking about, Theo, because yeah, it was one of them where it just was like really, really too heavy for me, and it just, I had to kind of really, really chime in to try to listen and see what the words were on there. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So and I can't remember which one it was, but I know, yeah, I didn't really I didn't care for the auto tune on that one, definitely. On the other ones, I think it was it was okay. It wasn't bad. I definitely love to hear a gospel artist, rare. You know what I'm saying? Just be yourself and be you, because I do listen to a lot of gospel music, as well. So no, I'm not really a big fan of auto tune when it comes to gospel music. But I mean, it's all right. It's all right.
Okay. So you're not mad at it, but again, you love to hear the
It
vocals come through.
definitely.
I hear
Yeah.
it. I hear it. What about you, Mac, Nikki? Go ahead, Nikki.
Oh, I would say I don't think it takes anything from the talent of the artist to use auto tune. I feel like that's it's almost something that's expected nowadays. I mean, they use it in rap music,
Yeah.
you know. So I feel as though that's just touching on, what's relative, not necessarily taking anything away from the skills. So it really didn't bother me.
I feel you. I feel you. Respectable opinion. What about you, Mac? What do you think? Auto tune for Jesus? Was he doing too much, man, or did Jesus want more? What you think?
Listen, man. I think Jesus put you in a position to succeed, right? All right. So, and that's what my man's doing, man. You take advantage of any technology, any people that can help you strive towards that goal. Is it too much for me? Who am I to say? You know what I'm saying? But so like you mentioned, Jesus goals, right? Which he did use auto tunes in that, man.
Yeah.
But that was my favorite track that I mentioned. Um, so can you use it too much? Yeah. Do I think he got raw talent? Yes.
Okay.
So I don't think he needed, but at the same time, it's we're talking about RNG, right? We talk about RNG,
Yeah.
which is a whole nother thoroughbred. Uh, we ain't talking about rap. We're not talking about R&B. We talking about RNG. So if and I don't know how many people listen to stuff like that. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So anything that can help you get over that hump, why not?
Feel it. I feel it. It's kind of how I felt about it, right? And I think it was Jesus goals, right? Like one of the and I forget what word it is, so don't, y'all aficionados of lyrics, don't come for me, right? But it was one of the notes that was carried out where the auto tune sounded really broken up. You know how auto tune does that fluctuation with it, and I think that part was maybe a little harsh, and so to me, I probably put that on the mixing. I put that on how it was mixed down. That maybe would be something that I would have requested to be different. But let me say this. I agree with everything you guys were saying, right? I love Terrell's voice, and I would have loved to hear that more, but I wasn't mad at it. When you're trying to take something with a message and reach people in a different space, you have to meet the people where they are. And I agree with some of the comments that were said, right? To get into the rap, to get into the R&B, there is some auto tune that is going to be utilized, right? Like there's no way around it. Every artist, every major artist has some of that in their repertoire, if you will. So I wasn't mad at it at all. And like Max said, Jesus Goes was one of my favorite songs. So it was heavily used in that song, and it's still one of my favorite songs. So I can't be mad at how it came out, right? I can't say I don't eat this, and then you put it in the dish, and I still tell you it's delicious. Then part of me might kind of like that a little bit, right? So that is what it is. So I think definitely it was used. It wasn't on every song, or at least it wasn't so strong that you recognized it on every song if it was applied in different areas. So I'm not mad at the usage at all. I think Jesus would be proud of it, but he only lets me speak for him selectively. But the man that he was speaking to directly when he did it, Terrell, tell us, man, how did the auto tune come into play for this project for you?
Well, I try to stay up to date, relevant with everything that's going on. And I know I hang around a lot of young guys, and I know that most of sometimes, somebody said to reach people where they are, like to reach people, you have to go where they at.
Yep.
And I know that's kind of a thing right now. So I knew, well, I figured, in my own little brain that, you know, let me have a record on at least one or two records. I only use auto tune on Jesus Goes and Reap What You Sow.
Okay.
The rest of the records, it wasn't no auto tune. And
Okay.
those were more hip hop, urban kind of songs. And I just felt like, if I'm going to reach a certain crowd, like I need to have at least a little bit of that flavor on the album. And
Yeah.
another reason why I called it the package is just it touches on a little bit of everything. So
Yeah.
that was my reasoning for doing those kind of records, was to reach a totally different crowd. I knew that the
Yep.
church folks wasn't going to listen to that, and I knew that they wasn't going to listen to the church records. So in order for
Okay.
me to touch different demographics, I try to touch on a different sounds, throughout the album. So that was my reason for it.
No, I feel you. You got to have something to eat for different people with different diets, right? So again, man, I'm not mad at you. Maybe the third one I was thinking of was one of the bonus cuts, possibly. And then I did kind of, pull some other works in here while doing my research. But again, man, I'm not mad at the auto tune usage at
Mhm.
all. I definitely feel like and it sounds like you just reaffirmed, man, it was your goal to reach a certain segment with it. So I wasn't mad at
Yeah,
all.
because I'm a live singer. And anybody that follows me, they know me from Life Jennings shows. I've been touring with Life for 20 years. And Life will say, Rex, you got 20 seconds to come out here. And Life will give me 20 seconds. And I used to have to come out and have the crowd screaming, going crazy in an amount of seconds.
Yeah.
So, people that follow me, they know I can sing. They
Yeah.
know I'm a flat-footed gospel singing guy.
Yeah.
Um, but I didn't want the whole album to be like that because I didn't feel like it would touch. I wanted to touch a different audience with, some of the records. And I knew
Yep.
that some people wasn't gonna like it because that's just not what they like. But
Yeah.
I was just willing to take that chance to touch a different demographic of people.
Yep. Nah, well done. Well done. You know what I mean? Like I think your goal was accomplished. So like I said, man, we're not mad at it at all. And two out of 10, man, to use auto tune 20%, and then your volume is obviously way higher than that. So you're not even using it 20% of the time. So nobody can really be mad at that, man. You gotta get into them spaces sometimes. So you gotta fit some of that formula. So we definitely get
Yeah.
it.
And I
All right.
think change is good. We gotta learn how to change with the times.
Yeah.
A lot of people getting left behind because they still stuck. Not saying change is everything who you are, but I mean, you got to get with what's going on, or you're not
Yep.
going you're not gonna be able to reach everybody. So just giving people variety, basically.
Yeah. No, I feel that. I feel that. So let's take it into the last category before we open it up to the Q&A and let you guys ask Terrell some questions. So if we're gonna cover the best song, right? We always gotta cover what's the worst song, right? So I'm holding your feet to the fire. I'm forcing you to pick something. I know sometimes it's difficult to get into your bag of what's the worst song because you got different vibes, different ways you move with different cuts from the project. But if we had to put out what's the worst song, what are you guys pinning on that level? Nikki shaking her head no, so we're gonna go to Nikki first. Nikki, what you got as the worst song?
I I chose Better Me.
Better Me?
Yeah,
Okay.
it felt kind of rushed to me.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, I had to choose one,
Yeah.
and yeah, so that's the one I chose.
Okay. So it didn't hit you like the rest of them. I feel it. I feel it. What about you, Shan? What you putting as the worst song?
Oh my gosh, I know. Oh my gosh, Terrell is probably going to kill me when I say this. But it's all in love. It's all in love when I do say this. And it's not even the fact that I didn't like the song. I definitely love the song, which was The Storm. I love the lyrics, everything that he was saying as far as the lyrics wise was definitely powerful, because I did go back and get it. The thing that it is my really, really drawback to this song is the sample, because the sample is my favorite song, which is The Storm Is Over. So it was like automatically when I heard that, I was like, oh my gosh, and then when it came in, it just completely threw me off, so I had to, of course, go back and I was like, okay, let me really listen to what he's really saying, because I was so focused on this point, on the track and that beat, that his, it just kind of just, but I see why using that song, using that track with the song that he did, why it definitely went to the top, and I definitely commend you on that.
Yep.
That's a game changer.
That wasn't a sample.
Oh, you said one a sample. That was all in house.
That was the sample.
Gotcha.
Oh, okay.
You talking about the Storm that came out, Greg O'Quinn, The Storm.
Yes.
Yeah, two totally different songs. Everything different, no sample. I don't have any samples. No samples on the album.
Nice.
So that's what's up, Shane. Put some respect on T-Rex's originality over there.
Because I'm independent, and when to get samples, like you have to go through, and it takes time, and you have to. So there's no samples on the album at all.
Yep, that's a whole nother bag involved. So yeah, definitely respect that from the independent side. What you got for the worst song, CeCe?
I know this was Nikki's favorite song, Reap What You Sow, but I think because of the auto-tune, for me, that kind of threw it off, and I didn't like it. But I like the words spoke to me, but I just didn't like, I don't know, the beats with it. I don't know. But that song was my don't like song. But again, I like the message, I like the words, but I just it didn't come out to me like all the rest of his music did.
Okay.
So that's the one I'm going with, number 7.
Okay. Look like we just lost somebody here. They'll be back in a second. I'll be honest with y'all, man. I don't know if it was on purpose or whether it was an accident, but I actually don't have anything down for worst song on this one. But I know somebody did mention Better Me. So I don't think we played that one earlier. So let's see if we can get a fair evaluation for Better Me. So we're gonna check out this clip from it. And this is Terrell featuring Armin AC, I believe is the gentleman's name. So let's check this out.
His name is actually Shalik. Shalik was an artist that I had signed on Universal Records. Couple of R&B hits out. He's one of my artists that I manage, because I also manage artists as well. And he changed his name to Armin AC. So it's really Shalik. I don't know if you ever heard of Shalik. But yeah, Armin AC, Shalik, the same person.
Okay, cool. I thought I was messing up. I was going strictly off the credits for it. So let's get into a little sample of this joint, man.
Metamorphosis, I'm trying to find out what my purpose is. Down on my knees, trying to break free from the past and who I was. Oh, I don't wanna be who I used to be. Don't wanna keep on living any way I please. I'm just trying to be a better me. I just wanna be a better me. There ain't nothing out here living in these streets here. Time for me to change and start living differently. Yeah, I'm just trying to be a better me. I just wanna be a better me. Shalik, now you're on me.
Now I'm going through a transformation, trying to get to a higher elevation. Not who I was, I'm still working on me. I'm just trying to be the best me I can be. I don't wanna be who I used to be. Don't wanna keep on living any way I please. I'm just trying to be a better me. I just wanna be a better me.
There ain't nothing out here living in these streets here. Time for me to change and start living differently. Yeah,
I'm just trying to be a better me. I just wanna be just wanna be better.
I'm gonna pull that off, man. I definitely rock with the message from that song, man. But it's a lot of messages to take away from this project that was on the positive side, man. We always, I think all of us have those days where we wake up trying to be a better version of ourselves. So I'm not mad at that song at all, but some of them, one of them got to go in the category because we got to go through the category. That's the format. So it gets our worst song. But I'll say this, man, if you're rocking with us on the Roundtable Music Facebook group live, if you're rocking with us on the Where It Begins YouTube live, if you're rocking with us on the iModelBooth TV Roku recast, man, weigh in with us. Let us know. Does that deserve worst song? Was there something else from the catalog maybe deserved to be there? Or is that your favorite song, man? Either way, weigh in for us. But we do want to get a little bit before we get into the Q&A to close us out, T-Rex. Give us a little bit of a reaction to how that particular round of worst song went for you. We're always interested to know how artists received what we say.
I mean, I take criticism well. I'm just real confident in what I do and what's out there. But I think that everybody has different likes. Some of us like red Kool-Aid. Some of us don't like red Kool-Aid. Some of us like grape Kool-Aid. Some of us don't like grape Kool-Aid. So as an artist, you try to feed everybody. You try to have the red and the grape. And you try to have the purple and the green because everybody's just so opinionated. So it's kind of, you can't really base what you're doing off of everybody's opinions because the album never come out.
Yeah.
If you get a group of people, everybody's just gonna have something different to say. So I mean, I thought it was dope. I thought everybody, you have your opinions and you like what you like, and you don't like what you don't like. So
yeah,
no,
definitely.
Cool
Me personally, I rock with the song, and that's one of those songs I can see. You had a bad night, had a bad couple days. Wake up in the morning on the way to work or something, and you want to pop something in for some positive motivation, get yourself going, get yourself moving in the right direction. That's definitely, I think, maybe the one or two, number one or number two slot of songs that you got that I would play to put myself into that happy space of trying to make myself better for that day. So like I said, man, I'm not mad at it, but you are right. Everybody got different opinions.
Everybody likes something different. It causes conversation. You know what I mean? So I'm glad that people can like this one and not like that one, but that one like this one and don't like that one. It just goes to show me how opinionated, how difference of opinion and how much we like different things. We just like what we like.
Yeah, nah, it's provocative. It gets the people going. So yeah, we like it like that. All right. So now, man, we're gonna take it to our Q&A section. Terrell took his time to come out, introduce himself, give us a little bit of the flavor of his music, give us a little bit of the flavor of his personality. But I know that always leads into other questions we may have for the artist. So I'm gonna open it up to you, Mac and Nikki. Not sure what happened to our other people. That one of them will probably be popping back up in a second. But what questions do you have for Terrell on this?
Okay, so I would like to know, as an artist, what's your primary goal?
My primary goal as an artist is to touch lives, to make people feel good, to make people feel better. And that's my primary goal, really. I done managed, life, and I've worked with Neo, a bunch of guys, and I've been in the industry for 20 years, and none of that stuff turns me on at all. Like, I really know what goes on behind the scenes, and I've seen a lot. So I'm not really interested in trying to be like this famous Michael Jackson, but I do know God has called me here for a mission and he's assigned me to people, and those are people that he's assigned me to. I just want to keep delivering great music and touching lives and just making people feel better. So that's my goal as an artist.
Let me ask a question before Mac hops in here. So with that being said, your goal is to touch people. I'm always, I'm real big on planning, right? I'm real big on mapping and setting, specific goals to figure out where you need to
Mhm.
be. So with that being said, like, what are you measuring as a mark to see whether or not you made that goal? If your goal is to touch people, because I think you're touching people, right? When you put the music out, it's
I
gonna
mean,
resonate
yeah,
with
man. I
somebody.
mean, I'm measuring the stories I get, people coming to the live shows, the testimonies that I get online, and just being out in the streets and doing these shows and seeing the reaction that I'm getting from people, telling me how the music has changed their life. The stories that I get from people about the music and what it's done for people, uh, it lets me to see that I'm doing something right. And like I said, this year the album being nominated for making the stellar ballot for four awards with no record deal, up against all these people with backing and money, so I mean, God's favorite, man. I'm doing what he want me to do, and he's blessing me.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And I think that's particularly telling. My bad, Mac. I didn't mean to cut you off again. I'll get you in a second. But I think that's particularly telling, right? This brother is humble and open and honest for people to be able to approach and to give him that satisfaction of the experiences that he's looking to invoke on them. And he mentioned that first before he went into the dope 4 Stellar Awards that he got sitting over there, on the mantle somewhere at the crib. So that's dope, man. Big up to you for just having that mind state of wanting to touch the people before you even go for the goal. Because
Yeah,
I
that's
think
what it's all
that's what it's
about,
all
man.
about.
Because when I die, it's just gonna be me and God. He gonna look at me. He gonna say, "Did you do what I?" And I don't want to get to that place and have to say, "God, well, I did." You know what I'm saying? Because to live is Christ, to die is gain. We living here, but this ain't it. Somewhere else better.
Yep.
And we can try to get all the clout down here and try to be, everything down here, but we're living to actually live again. And
Yeah.
that's what matters to me in the end. When I die and it's just me and him and we looking at each other, that he say, "Rex, well done, you did your job."
Yeah. What's up? That's what's up. Matt, get in here, man. I know you had a couple questions on your list.
Yeah, man. I just wanted to rap for a minute, man. So we already know, Rex, that you got nominated for those 4 Stellas, right? But right
Yeah.
up under there is the Steeple Award for Best New Artist in 2017 that you won. How did that feel?
Yeah. Man, that was another category that I was the only independent artist on the roster. I honestly went to the award show in Atlanta, and the Steeple Awards is another big gospel award show. And when they said I won, it was just, I kind of like just sat there in the seat for a little while. And everybody like, "Rex, get up, boy, you won." It kind of just felt like a dream. I felt like I was dreaming.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So yeah, we definitely know, man. You already alluded to it earlier, right? Rocking out with Life Jennings and Neo, Mario, and a bunch of Wycliffe and a bunch of more heavy hitters.
Yes.
But what I want to know is, out of all them people, uh, who'd you enjoy working with the most?
Most definitely Life Jennings. Um, Life had, like I said, he had just got out doing 10 years in prison. I had just got out of high school, and we both moved to Brooklyn in the same neighborhood, and we learned together. Because of him being in prison, he wasn't really open to having a lot of friends. He was more lonely. He's not lonely, but more to himself. Not really open to relationships with a lot of people. So as his background singer, background singers don't go to label meetings. Background singers don't go to your private meetings at the radio station. Background singers, you show up, they pay you, and they go away. But this dude actually brought me to label meetings. I sat there with him. He brought me to radio meetings. That's how I was able to learn how to radio. And he's just a genius in his own right, man. And I was right there with him the whole time and learned so much that I'm able to put it into what I'm doing right now. So Life Jennings had to, he was my bet. But besides Life, it was Neo. Neo, it's just like if Neo hire you, he already confident in that you can do the job. So he never came behind me. He never came to the rehearsals. I would see Neo on the sets. We did MTV Unplugged. He featured me on MTV Unplugged with him, and I didn't even rehearse with the dude. We got on the set. We on the set. He just came with me like, Rex, you got it? I'm like, yeah, I got it. He said, okay, let's go. And they start filming. So Neo was guy because he's a lot of people be on you. Don't do that. Just nitpicking everything. But Neo was just the type of guys like, Rex, you're working with me because I already know what you can do and I trust you. And he just trusted me just to be able to do my part without him being down my throat. And he's like, Rex, you got it? Okay, let's go. So Life Jennings, but I've worked with Life 24/7. But outside of Life, I would say Neo.
That's dope.
Yeah,
That's dope.
That's what's up.
Hey, Shan, I know you jumped back in here. Did you have any questions you wanted to get across to Rex while we got him for a couple more seconds?
I don't know if y'all already asked this already. If you have any projects that you're currently working on or, looking forward to releasing.
Yeah, man, I am working on the next project, and it's gonna be great, man. The first project I didn't expect to do as much as it did, with the single going #1, the album doing the stellars, but all today was very helpful. I'm able to be out here and hear, and I'm the type of person to I go through something, I learn so that the next one can be just as better. So I think that this next one is just going to be even better than this one. So I'm working on the next project. Right now it's called Front Street. Okay. And the first single is called The Best of My Life. That's going to be coming out the rest of the end of this year. The rest of my life is going to be the best of my life. And it's just a declaration of I done been through so much. I done been through this and I done been through that. And you learning that life is short. And it's a declaration to say, you know what? From now on, the rest of this little time I got here is going to be the best time that I have here. And that's where I'm at in my life. And, I learned from, P. Diddy and Mary J. Blige. Like, I don't go in the studio and just writing songs. Everything that y'all hearing is something that I went through or been through or going through right now at this moment and coming out of it. And I think, the best of my life is where a lot of people are at right now. We just ready to live good, and not be stressed out and depressed and worrying, but just trying to live, the little bit of time because life is short, man. The little bit of time that we have here, you want it to be the best. So that's what I'm doing right now. Working on the next project, still indie, still, doing it myself, but I'm having a great time.
That's what's up. That's what's up. But yeah, I definitely, man, we want to thank Terrell T. Rex, man, for taking his time, for coming in today, sitting down with us, man, discussing, and opening himself up for being vulnerable with us, man. Real quick, let me take a comment, man. We got Sinister on the check-in saying, what up, Sinister? Yeah, man, if y'all not familiar with Sinister 401, man, definitely a brother to us all here on the platform. Check us out on Thursday with the IModelBooth podcast, where he's a heavy contributor on there as well, plus some of his works coming out on IModelBooth TV. But let me get back to it, man. I definitely want to, thank Rex for coming out, man, opening himself up and being vulnerable to these conversations, to these discussions, listening and giving feedback, giving insight to what he went through to make this project. And then sometimes, as y'all hear, we get a little bit of the backstories of what life, experiences went through to actually get to the point to sit down and write it. So definitely dope stuff, man. We definitely are pulling for you. We definitely hope the awards keep coming. And even if they don't, we hope you keep achieving your goals and moving up the ladder. CeCe, I don't know if you can hear me over there on the check-in. I don't know if CeCe
I'm here. I just had to cut my screen off.
No, it's all good. Did you have a question you wanted to throw at Rex before we get him to give his statement?
I don't know if y'all already answered, but what's next for you? Did he answer that?
Oh man, I started acting, so I got some plays coming up. I got
Dope.
Christmas play I'm getting ready to do in DC, VA, the DMV area. I just got into another production. I actually played Dave Hollister's son in this play.
Oh, wow.
Marvin Sapp is me, Marvin Sapp, Dave Hollister, Jay Moss. So I got some theater things coming up, and I got a new project getting ready to come out. So about to be busy.
There it is. There it is. Listen, man, when you come through the A, definitely let us know. Hopefully that's something that you guys take on tour. And if not, let us know where to tap in with you to watch it digitally, man, because that definitely sounds interesting, and we love to support you on that front. But with that being said, Rex, this is the part where we open it up to the artists to give a message, man. I definitely want you to let people know where to follow you, where to go find your music, website, social media, whatever you want to shout out, but also give them a message, man. For people, for your fans that want to hear a message for you, or maybe something encouraging for people who are looking to do similar things to you. We always give our artists time to put out their message. So if you don't mind, hit us with a message.
Oh, look, I'm a gospel singer. I'm supposed to just be able to just give a message. I'm actually, when it comes to like talking, I'm not as good as just talking. It's different when I'm on stage and I'm singing, and then I have to break down and talk. But when I just have to just talk, like it's a little hard. But I'm on Instagram. My Instagram is popping. I'm always on there, going back and forth with everybody. They call me the king of RNG. T.I. called me the king of RNG one day, and I was like, wait a minute, that's a good thing. I am the king of RNG. So I started running with the king of RNG.
Okay.
So my Instagram is King RNG TREX. I have a website, TerrellTrexSimon.live. And if you go to my Instagram or you go to the website, I'm always on there, putting the shows on there, updating everything on there. And message I would just give to people today is just be consistent, work hard, have a relationship with God, and don't let time be a factor of, you believing, if not, your dream's gonna come true. Like I said, I've been in the music business 20 years now. I'm not gonna say it takes 20 years, but just know that God's timing is perfect timing. I tell people, make sure that you know what your calling is. Just because you could play basketball, that don't mean you were supposed to be a basketball player. A lot of us have gifts and we have talents, but that don't necessarily mean that, God has called us here to do exactly that. So know your gift, man. Talk to God, pray, ask him what it is you're supposed to do, and just be consistent, be a great person, love everybody. And, don't be stuck on time. A lot of us are so stuck on time. Oh, if it don't happen in 2 years or this happen, just know that God's timing is perfect, and just learn to trust him and know that, he got your back.
That's what's up, man. Positive message, brother. We appreciate that, man. And you're right. Our time is never his time, but he put us in the right place to be at the time we're supposed to be there. So sometimes you got to trust the process, man. You got to trust the gifts that you get.
Yeah, man,
and
good and the bad. It all works out. When I first started coming up, I was like, oh, I'm about to be 24. If I don't get an album out, I'm gonna die. And I'm 42 now, and it's just the right time. Like. And so, just trust his timing. His timing is the best timing,
Yep. No, it's literally it's the right time for a lot of different reasons. Because of your age and because of your route, I don't think there's been any other better time in history to try to go that and achieve the goals that you set up for yourself, right? It's easier, not easy. I'm not gonna say it's easy, but it's easier for independent artists to get a little more exposure without having a big backing, and it's easy. Again, not easy for our older artists to be able to get their music out there into the mainstream and to be taken serious. So definitely hats off to you for everything that you got going on. We definitely wishing you big things over here, man. The Roundtable Music Facebook group definitely wants to support you. Our Model Booth wants to support you. Where It Begins magazine wants to support you, and everybody on our panel want to support you, man.
Yeah.
So definitely keep doing big things.
Yep. I'm always in Atlanta. I'll be there for the Spin Awards, performing at the Spin Awards next month.
Okay.
So I'm gonna hit you guys up, man. Let's keep in contact.
Dope. And once again, man, I think Katina threw this out correctly. She said it was the King RNG T-Rex is the IG for it. So definitely, man,
Yeah.
hit up T-Rex on the IG. Thank you, Katina. We appreciate you for checking in with us as well, love. But definitely, man, appreciate, man. Big things out of you, man. So I'm about to shoot you guys to the back. If you guys want to hang around, we're gonna do a little debrief coming up after that. But CeCe and I are going to do the closeout. CeCe, what you got to say?
I definitely want to say thanks for everybody that was on the panel. Thanks for everybody that tuned in. T-Rex, thanks for always coming out to support my events, even though you had, I think one time he came out last year for the event, and he had to go to the airport. He was like, before I go to the airport, if I be late, I'm going to make sure I at least show my face and come and support you. So I really appreciate that. Thanks for being on the panel today, and y'all stay tuned. We do music review. We do music trivia on Wednesday at 8, podcasts on Thursdays at 8, and we have dope artists on Sundays at 8. So y'all tune in and y'all keep in touch with us. Follow us. And back to you, Theo. Sorry, y'all.
Hey, listen, man, you got some wise words from a ghost over there. We couldn't see CeCe, but her, her impact is always felt, man. So appreciate CeCe for rocking with us. Let me say that, rocking with me. She's always holding me down, man. I want to shout out everybody who came on the panel today, man. Definitely appreciate you guys. Y'all are always holding me down. You guys take the time to do the research, to dive into the music, to actually listen to it, and then be humble enough to, take more of your time out to come on here and give some feedback. So I definitely want to say I really appreciate that. And for you guys who are rocking with us, in the Roundtable Music Facebook group, watching the live, Where It Begins magazine, YouTube, watching the live, or the people that are on IModelBooth TV watching the recast, definitely want to say a thank you to you guys as well. Catch us next Sunday, man, where we're going to have another dope artist at 8 o'clock to come on and talk about their music. We'll give a little feedback. We'll have a little interaction. You guys know how it goes down. So we'll be back Sunday at 8. Also catch us Wednesday for the IModelBooth Trivia Night Show. It's always crazy on that, where we get some contestants to come up, answer some trivia questions, have some fun and laughs. And then we get a little more serious, but still keep it lighthearted at parts on Thursday with the IModelBooth podcast. Definitely check out the IModelBooth podcast on Spotify and Anchor, and coming soon to a few more platforms. But outside of that, man, definitely go put T-Rex in your playlist, man. The brother has some spiritual, uplifting music. And I think all of us, when we get really real with ourselves, we realize sometimes we need that balance. It can't always be so street. So sometimes to have the positive message inside of you makes your day and your outlook a whole lot more different. But outside of that, man, I hope y'all's day goes well. Until the next time, it's your boy Theo. Peace.